Hi, I'm Dr. Michael Winters, Winters Wellness, Chiropractic Redefined, and I'm here today with fatigue factor tip number 4. Fatigue factor tip number 4 relates to adrenal stress. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a time in your life where you've had a period of prolonged stress? Maybe a bad relationship, a prolonged divorce, a financial setback, a struggle through college, burning the candle on both ends. Something of that nature, and you just felt your health slide down during that time. You probably developed some adrenal fatigue or adrenal stress. And so cortisol is a hormone that the adrenals make, cortisol, and it has a lot to do with energy production in our body. It's also a natural anti-inflammatory for the body, and it keeps the immune system in check. That cortisol can get out of balance with prolonged fatigue. Another hormone is called DHEA. And that's a steroid hormone that the adrenal glands produce. It's also the precursor to our sex hormones, testosterone and estrogen. Now, under prolonged stress, this DHEA will begin to drop and the cortisol will begin to get out of balance. First, the cortisol will tend to go high and later it will tend to go low. And so the way that we test that is through an adrenal stress index test. And we measure the cortisol 4 times during the day, and it also measures the DHEA. And the cortisol should start high in the morning and then gradually taper down lower in the evening. So in the first stages of adrenal fatigue, our cortisol will be going high. In the second stage, it'll kind of look in range, but the DHEA is low, and in the third stage, the cortisol just tends to stay fairly flat, fairly low, and that's when we really have the severe fatigue issues with chronic fatigue. And that's the kind of person that might be sitting on their couch a lot of the day, and if they get up to do anything, they just feel really exhausted. Of course, that's an end stage. A lot of us are in between there. But there's many things that we can do to restore this adrenal function back. We want to use things like whole food vitamin B, whole food vitamin C, and adaptogenic herbs. There are some more hormonal ways which we often don't use because the adaptogenic herbs work so well. But if we can restore that adrenal function, we can have great energy. And sometimes that function is really low. It might be low in the morning and then it might rise up at night. And those are the people that are wired and tired and can't get to sleep at night. So for some of you, that's like that. I just can't get going in the morning and then I get my second wind at night and don't want to get to bed. That's a real problem because you won't rest and repair with that cortisol high at night. And there's things we can do to help you lower that at night. So if we can balance out this adrenal rhythm and restore this function, you can feel a lot better. Now, in the classic medical sense, it's either super high Cushing's disease or super low Addison's disease, and there's nothing in between. Well, that doesn't even make common sense that there's nothing in between. That something in between we evaluate with this adrenal stress index. I've done 200 of those tests personally and looked at thousands of them in the study programs that I've done. So it's something we're fairly well experienced with, but if we can get that cortisol back into balance, you can have better energy. Your body won't be as inflamed, your joints won't hurt as bad. If we adjust people and their adjustments go they don't hold their adjustments, that's often because their adrenals are low. So their adjustments will hold better, they'll have better energy, they'll have better mental focus and clarity, they'll have more enthusiasm for life. And those are the kinds of things that we can accomplish by getting your adrenals back on track. So if you've had a chronic stress in your life and you just felt your health slowly go downhill during that time, you probably need one of these adrenal stress index tests, which we can help you with at Winters Wellness Chiropractic Redefined, where we look for spinal nerve stress, organ stress, and brain stress to help people have better energy. Be sure and watch our other fatigue factor tips. Thanks.